Hello and welcome to Growing People. I'm John Losey, and today we are fortunate enough to have Lance Wilcox here, who is somebody who I've known for quite a while and grown to love. We have discovered many things about how people really learn and grow. So Lance, welcome. You did not only a lot of the presenting, but also a lot of the design. What were some of the things that you're most proud of in the design of that program?
You know, I think what I'm most proud of is the amount of time that we devoted for reflection in that course. Mm-hmm. And, even though I knew, ever since I started studying design, right, you know that reflection's important and all, but truthfully, in most of the courses I created over the years, reflection really was just an action plan, and usually you would, maybe develop the action plan at the end of the day, right? The 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, sometimes depending on how the course was flowing, at the end of the day, and then you'd leave, and that was all the reflection. And John, you taught me a lot about that, and just building it in throughout the program, so that they, even though they put the flight plan together on day 3, they really started building it on day 1. And they knew they were going to build one because we tell them. I mean, at the night before, we had I guess we call that day 0, right, where we would have a little orientation session about an hour long or so, and we would lay out the vision for the program. And John, you laid out the vision, I think, really well, right? In that you said it wasn't so much about information, but it was about transformation, and that was pretty awesome. That was the first time in my life that I'd really worked on a program that was transformative. I know from your experience as leading experiential activities and youth ministry and all, you've done a lot of the transformation part, but I really hadn't. It's not something you hear a lot about in the corporate world, right? Well, yeah, we're going to develop a course to transform our employees, but that's what that course truly was about. And you realize that the process, that the way we eventually kind of made it, that first morning was really the morning of the first day. About 1/6 of the course was the information part, and the next 5/6 of the course was mostly the transformation part, and we sort of taught them the theory behind emotional intelligence, because these were smart people. These were all high-level leaders, many of them also many attorneys, really smart people. So you couldn't just sort of have this kind of kumbaya moment with them. They needed to know that there was an intellectual underpinning for all of this. And so we had delivered that the first morning, but then the rest of it was really all about them, going through these experiences for themselves. And some of the activities seemed almost simplistic if you talked about them. I mean,
written down, right? An experienced person looking at the activity written down would go, that doesn't seem like it fits with an executive program.
Right. No,
but when you saw it.
No, exactly. When you saw it, it was different. And when you experienced it, it was still even more different. And, there was nothing more satisfying than to watch people on day 3 when we had the debrief at the end of the day and the sharing. You to see these really hard-bitten, veteran insurance attorneys, sometimes in tears, talk about how their lives have been transformed, or these experienced middle managers talk about how they had learned the importance of being a better listener, and they wanted not only to listen to their employees, but they actually wanted to go back and listen to their kids and to their spouse. Man, that was really gratifying, and you realize that if you want to achieve that kind of impact in a program, you need to design it in such a way that it leads to that, which means that you do have to have some information up front, but it's got to be more than information. There's got to be a lot of activities. I think above all, the fact that we can make it so activity-based was probably the best answer to your question, the thing that I'm most proud of.